Fantastic question. So for a very long time, I've told usually one story, even before I was getting the coaching. For a very, very long time, I'll tell one story, or we can say two, including the Jeffrey and Adonis scene. We can kind of say that's a story, and then my story afterwards. These days, what I'm doing, which I think may be best, is I start the video with my story, which is about the topic. And then if I have a good story for each section, then I'll probably include that as well. So for example, I've just recorded the discipline full guide. That's the next video coming out. At the start of the video, the first word begins like the story of a time that I go to the gym, even though I didn't feel like it. Oh wow, discipline's amazing. Then I explain, okay, this is a full guide. Okay, this is what it is. Okay, do this. Discipline is this. Discipline is this. Okay, boom. Then later on, I end up talking about like intrinsic motivation, what kind of business to choose. You should choose the business, which even though discipline is important, you kind of want to enjoy your business and your work and stuff. So choose one which you're intrinsically motivated for. Then I tell a story on figuring out which business it is. So for this upcoming full guide, I think I tell three actually constructed, like well-made stories. It seems so far I've not hit like a cap. There hasn't been like, an outcry of people saying, oh, Hamzas, you're telling too many sort of stories, like that was a wasted 90 seconds of my time. It seems only positive. So I'd be super interested that maybe in a full length video of mine, which is like 1 hour or 2 hours, maybe we could even do like 5 stories, each one's 90 seconds long. I'll scale up to it. So far, I haven't found the limit. So tell 2, tell 3. What is the thing that's causing the pain for the people who watch your videos? You could do, but I'm not sure how accurate that would be. I think that would probably do more harm than good if you get people to like hate their younger selves. I think sometimes it's accurate. Sometimes, I'll say it to you, okay, your younger self has watched porn 1,000 times, he's an asshole. But really, if you're really trying to help people, you kind of need to look back with compassion and think, okay, your younger self watched porn 1,000 times, sure, fair enough, he's Jeffrey, but he ended up seeing porn when he was like fucking 10 years old, and he got like these addictive technologies before we actually knew how to control them. Is he actually a bad guy for, his instinct and survival and evolution being hooked away from him by these billion-dollar companies? Or is it actually the billion-dollar companies who did this to us? There's a phrase I like that might help you. My copywriter, like the one who writes the web page for me, wrote this, and he said, first we stick in the knife and we remind them of the pain, and then we keep twisting the knife. That's it. That's what you want to do in your videos. Every video that you have, you keep twisting the knife, the pain. You keep reminding them, this is what's happened to you. It's unfair. It's not your fault. You were 12 years old, you were too young, you were still a literal child, you weren't even a teenager, so it's not your fault that you got a porn addiction. Someone else did this to you. They fucked your life up. This is why you're lonely. It's not your fault. It's the fucking companies, and the thing is, they put a little error sign to show, like, oh, you've got to be over 18. That's the most they ever did to try and save you from this. They didn't give a fuck. They made money from you. Twist the knife constantly, 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 constantly. The only thing better than this us versus them dynamic is when you can create a really, really positive, loving us dynamic instead. So priority always will be us, our community, awesome, wholesome, we love each other, we're so similar, we're close to each other, we have the same interests, we're all going to help each other. That's number 1. Then number 2 is, we're also good, but over there, those people, they're hateful, they're disgusting, they're angry, they've hurt us, they keep trying to hurt us, they've got plans to hurt us even more unless we band together to overthrow them. You talk about both two things, bro. It's like, this is the secret of self-improvement YouTube right now. It probably will be for at least a few years. This is $1 million secret right now, us versus them. Adonis School is a private online community that you can join to make friends who are just like you, who are on self-improvements, who are meditating, exercising, delaying gratification, who aren't degenerates. It's the hub spot for all of the people on self-improvement. We're all in here literally doing these good habits, reading these books, having these discussions, talking about this stuff online. I'm active in there. And I think it's an exceptional place for you to just make friends who are similar to you, because a lot of my audience have told me, it's a very common experience, that when you really do start to implement the advice that I give out, naturally you have less things in common with the people that you've known already.
And so it's a very common experience for young people who follow my videos who end up just getting lonely because there's no one that you can relate to. Your family don't understand you anymore, and your friends are kind of Jeffries, and you're kind of still attached to those old people who are part of the previous chapter of your life because you just don't want to be lonely right now. And so Adonis School is made for you.